is a staple in modern society, and while a lot of us may know the names and faces of the show's actors, have you ever wondered about any of the behind-the-scenes comedic geniuses? One of these behind-the-scenes people is John Mulaney, a famous comedy writer and stand-up comedian, who I have spent much time researching and who I am a big fan of. In my speech, I'm going to tell you about John Mulaney's personal life, his time on SNL, and his other accomplishments. John Mulaney's personal life is just like anybody else's, which is part of the reason he is so relatable in his comedy specials. John loves to talk about his time growing up on in his stand-up shows. John was born August 26, 1982 in Chicago, Illinois. His parents are Charles and Ellen Mulaney, who he often mentions in his stand-up work. One of my favorite stories that John Mulaney tells about his mom is that his mom and dad actually went to college with Bill Clinton. One night, Bill Clinton offered to take his mom home, walk her home from the library. Years later, when John was young, they got the opportunity to go and meet him, and John's father told Ellen that Bill Clinton would not remember her at all, but when he saw her, Bill said, "Hey, Ellen." Though he loves talking about his time growing up, John Mulaney hardly ever leaves out his current family from his comedy specials. He married makeup artist and lampshade artisan Anna Marie Tendler in 2014. Though they do not currently have any kids, they own a French bulldog named Petunia, who John not only talks about in his stand-up, but was actually featured in a pre-skit before one of John's stand-up shows that was on Netflix. Petunia also has her own Instagram account. Many important moments in John Mulaney's career involved his time on SNL. One of these moments was when he joined the writing team for the show. John got on Saturday Night Live's writing team in 2008 and wrote for 6 seasons of the show. One of John's most well-known works from the show is Stefan, played by SNL actor Bill Hader. The character has made many reappearances on the show during the Weekend Update segment. Another important moment in John's career was when he was actually able to host SNL. John Mulaney has hosted SNL twice since he stopped writing for the show. One of the skits he performed in his first time hosting the show was Diner Lobster, which is a skit about diner lobsters and workers singing to the tune of Les Mis. John wrote the show back when he was a writer, wrote the skit back when he was a writer, but it was not performed until he came to host the show. Of course, John Mulaney has accomplished so many things outside of working for Saturday Night Live. Mr. Mulaney has acted and written for other shows and movies. One of these shows is Mulaney, a 13-episode series by Fox about John in the format of Seinfeld. John was a writer for the show and the main actor, but sadly, the show was only canceled after 1 season. John Mulaney also voiced Spider-Ham, or Peter Porker, for the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which came out in 2018. John has also won many awards for his work. John has won 2 Emmys, one for SNL and one for his stand-up comedy special, Kid Gorgeous. He also won a WGA award for Best Comedy/Variety for his work on SNL. In conclusion, John Mulaney is a very interesting person who has played and will continue to play a vital role in modern comedy. In the word of John Mulaney's screen character, Peter Porker, that's all, folks. Okay, can you turn the lights off? Oh. So over here is John and his wife. That's when he hosted SNL. That's him with his Emmy. That's just a picture of him. That's Kid Gorgeous, which won an Emmy. That's him with his SNL character, Stefan. He's playing his lawyer in that scene. And that's him with his dog, Petunia.